and the feeling is right. It is day 5 of our Creating Your SuperStaff Challenge. And who am I? I'm your girl, B Woods, Brandy Woods, the Millionaire Midwife. So ready for this night. This night, we're going to put it all together. It's going to be revolutionary. What we're going to do tonight is going to cement your success in creating your own super staff. You guys have been phenomenal this week. I am just overjoyed that you shared your week with me and that you allowed me to be a part of your process. So I come tonight with full joy and gratitude for the last week. So we hope, guys, that you enjoy tonight. We hope that you come in, you learn what needs to be learned, you implement what you need to implement. Hey, Christina, I'm so happy that you're on again tonight. You've been on every single night, and it has not went unnoticed. So do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and begin to introduce yourself. Say hello. And tonight, we're going to start off with some of the nuggets that we've learned tonight, right, over the week. So drop your favorite nugget. What is one thing that you wish you would have known when you started your business? That's what I want to know tonight. That is our getting started question. Do me a favor. Go ahead and tag your accountability partner. Tag another childcare owner. Tell them we know it's Friday night and they just got paid and the feeling is right. But come on and tune in. Tonight we're going to be ending a tad bit earlier than 9 o'clock because we have so much information that we went over. Tonight is going to be a night where we put it all together, so you don't want to miss even 1 minute. Hey everyone, we're stepping into greatness at the Childcare Millionaires Retreat. I'm so excited just to meet and connect with everyone. I can't wait until day 2. Today we learned how to rest, how to rejuvenate, how to build relationships, and how to have a Candyland experience in our childcare centers. I'm so excited to be here with you. It's your coach, B Woods, the Millionaire Midwife, signing off. See you guys tomorrow. That's what I learned today. Thank you all for coming. Thank our speakers and thank our guests. We love you. See you soon. And I want to say, I never knew there was a love like this before. A love like this before, no. Never had someone to show. All right, guys, it's day 5, and I'm seeing you post your great aha moments. Christine says, since I have to choose just one, how to hire and train from the moment they hit the door. I mean, literally, we learned last night, we train people even in the onboarding process, letting them know that they have deadlines, they have stipulations, they have prerequisites. I love it. The 80-20 rule, the hiring process, the difference between meetings and trainings. Cheyenne said my favorite from this weekend is when you said, oh Lord, well, they're not going to know, guys. He says they'll do it because they know they're supposed to do it wrong. Yes, you have to make sure that you're training them. Common sense is not common. Let me tell you. And then I will be assigned to, but here I am drinking pop. Now, that is my life confession. That is my life confession. Hey, Boss Lady Taylor. Everything I learned from this week, from sharing the cake to meetings and training, was fire. Thank you. Hold everybody accountable. So no matter what you learn, the hiring process, no matter what you learn this week, you're going to need the piece we're going to discuss tonight, because it's the piece we're going to discuss tonight that gives you the tool as a leader in your business to put this all together, to make sure that the team that you create, the superhero team that you create, they remain the superhero team, and that they are developed every single year, every single quarter. You're developing them more and more and more. For those of you who do not know me, I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Brandy Woods. I'm the Millionaire Midwife, helping you get your millions while I get mine. And we have been rocking and rolling with Childcare Millionaires since November 2018. I can remember the very first day I decided to do something with Childcare Millionaires. It was November the 6th, 2018, and I was walking off of a stage where I had been teaching a group of entrepreneurs, and I heard really clearly, you have to teach people about daycare. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be known as a daycare lady. That is not what I wanted to do. But I heard that still small voice, and I decided to listen to it. The very next week, I put out a post and I said, who wants to open a daycare? And I believe over 300 people said, me, I'm interested, or I want to open a daycare. I'll have one, and I just want to do better. And I was flabbergasted. I was amazed at the response. And so in doing that, we brought Childcare Millionaires to the forefront of what we do to help entrepreneurs. And I'm so excited that you are a part of that journey. So as we go through, I do want you to know I am a center owner just like you. I have dreams and aspirations of growth and owning multiple centers, and definitely of selling one day. I'll take at least 25 million. I don't believe that we close centers, we sell, or we will it to our kids, or we have a succession plan. But I'm definitely looking forward to that day. But until then, creating the staff that I need is super important. And I realize that staffing is just not a one-time event. And many of us really don't realize that we're always staffing. We're always training. We're always coaching. And when we get this concept in our mind that hiring, training, recruiting, retention is not a one-time thing, it is the lifeline of your business. It's almost like you breathe air, right? That's the heart of your business. You need your heart to pump that blood, right? Training, recruiting, retaining is what keeps the organ is moving in your business, right? Without that, your business dies. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. So I'm so excited that you have decided to be here this week. Friday is always the slow day, right? People are getting off with their centers. People are spending time with their family. So if you're watching live, I want you to put live in the chat. And then if you come and you watch this later, I want you to put replay, because what we do is go back and we answer questions. But if you're watching live and you're watching right now, go ahead and put live in the chat. Terry says she learned to train right from the start. No more meetings after the meetings. I know that's right. This is one of the critical things that I hope you guys learn, how to share the cake, the hiring process. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we do thank all of you who are watching live on tonight. We thank you for showing up for yourself and your business. And if you'll do me a favor, tag your accountability partner, tag someone that's been on this week, but they just didn't make it tonight. They may come in late, but what we have to share tonight is super valuable. In fact, it is the one thing that most of you are missing. So we've been on this journey a long time, offering quality programs to childcare owners all around this nation. We invite you every time we do something free. We invite you every time that we have a live event. We want you to come and we want you to share. Our goals for this challenge was very clear. We want to, one, help you with creating your own super staff. Two, we want you to work on your business, not just in your business. And three, we want to increase the effectiveness and the efficiency of every single center. In order to do that, we did create a challenge pack. And we've been working in this challenge pack all week long. Tonight, we're going to be working on page 31 all the way through 48. And then in the back of your challenge pack, if you did not know, there was a notes page for you to take notes every single day about the best thing you learned and your next step. So make sure that you take full advantage of this challenge pack as we go through the night. So we have kind of passed this, but for those of you who want reminders in the future, you can sign up for our reminders. And you guys are rocking it out with the badges. You are. I've been seeing people go back and make sure they claim their badges from day one. Remember, all of the videos will be up until Sunday. After Sunday, these videos will only be up in our membership. So tonight, we're going to give away our pre-K toolkit again to 2 lucky winners. And you can earn those by writing down your keywords. I will give 3 keywords out tonight. And as I give those keywords, please write them down. Do not put them in the chat. Do not put them in the chat. Just write them down. And at the very end, you will text your keywords to our text number. So who will be our winners? Now, it's some people that's been showing up every night. If you've been here all 5 nights, all 5 nights, put a number 5 in the chat. Because I know there are some of you, you have shown up all 5 nights. I believe I've seen Cheyenne all 5 nights. I've seen Tay, I think, all 5 nights. I've seen Christina all 5 nights. I've seen Kanisha all 5 nights. Yes, I've seen Kathy. I've seen Leslie. If you've been here all 5 nights, go ahead and put 5 in the chat. I got 5 on it. Got it. Right? You've been here all 5 nights. You made the sacrifice. And you've shown up for yourself. You've shown up for your center. We congratulate you. We salute you. Who will be our winner? So we're going to be giving away a laptop. Go ahead and claim your prize if that's the one you want. Let me know if you had to choose one, which prize would you choose? We have $100 in airfare, and then we have a 6-pack of walkies. These are all valuable gifts that you, from us to you, just for participating and showing up in our free challenge. Let me know if you had to choose one gift, what would you choose? I'm thinking about giving something away at the conference. Y'all know what I've been wanting to give away, right? Because I love mine. Anybody can remember one of the things that I want to give away? Somebody says they want the walkie-talkies. Say, listen, I need the laptop, airfare, walkies, laptop. Okay, I get you. But then, she remembers. I really want to give away a Peloton. I love my bike. My bike's name is Zeus. And I love Zeus. So, you know what? And that's one of my other things is giving away a remarkable. But I've been thinking about giving away a Peloton. Now, this is a gift. It's not for your center, but it is like, I feel really good when I ride on my bike and I have that time. So, you know, I'm trying to think about some great gifts to give at the Childcare Millionaires conference, you know, to the attendees. So y'all think a Peloton is a good one? A remarkable. So I'm always looking to give because I do believe that when you give, you can expect an amazing blessing. So tonight we will be doing night 5, which is our superhero evaluation. Christina says, yeah, I love that. I really want to start a Peloton group, you know, a child care Peloton group. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Because sis has gotten thick over the summer. I missed the whole summer 2021 body. We're going to try for summer 2022. So here's what you have been saying about the conference for day 4. Let me move this banner out of the way so we can see. There we go. I love it. Denise says, I was falling for the BS. How many of y'all have been falling for the BS in these interviews? Come on. How many of y'all have been? Angela says, listen, I'm signed up for the conference. Please Peloton me. I love it. How many of you guys have been falling for the BS? You've been having these interviews and you know. But now she says BS is going to stand for better staff. That made me laugh today. So who wants to change the old BS, the bull, to better staff? If you're ready for the better staff BS, put better in the chat. That just made my heart happy. Christina said, hey, batch gang. I've been in the game since back to the back to school retreat, just waiting on my accountant to call me and sign those amendments. Yes, I can't wait to get to Houston, arriving a day early and leaving a day late. Prepping and reflecting will be my key. See all you fabulous entrepreneurs and directors there. Christina, we cannot wait to meet you. We are so happy that you are coming. I can promise you, you're going to find your family there. Those of you who are already, you're coming to Houston, go ahead and drop Houston in the chat. We've been working on the conference literally all week this week. We've been ordering things, ordering gifts, trying to make everything comfortable for you guys. So if you know you're going to be in Houston, go ahead and drop Houston in the chat. We have phenomenal things planned for you. I guarantee you will not regret it. And we also are having our Millionaires Ball. It will be a time for you to put on your best finery, whether that's a dress, pants, it's up to you. Whatever is your best, however you want to come. Y'all don't know. I may come in on a magic carpet. I don't even know. But we are going to have a good time. We're going to party because we have a lot to celebrate. So we want to see you guys in Houston. Terry said, I learned how to improve and implement better hiring process for new staff, interview questions, and get in that training notebook. Next month in the membership, we're going to give you some ideas about what goes in your training membership, in your training notebook. Next month, we are talking about bettering your training program. We talked about it one day here, but we're going to talk about all the tools and resources that you need. I'm going to provide for you some checklists that you can use for your staff, a training template, and all of those things to make sure that you are ready for this better system of training so we can go from BS to better staff. Angela says, I'm so ready for this level up. I will have my center in 2022. So I'm going to see y'all at the bank. Come on, let's make those deposits. I'm truly happy that I came across this in my news feed. I was in such a funk and have been thinking about quitting at the end of the year. How many of you can say you've been there? That you had a moment where you're just like, man, I'm ready to give up. But I'm so glad you didn't give up, Angela. She says, now I'm excited and overwhelmed to be a part of Childcare Millionaires. Thank you, Brandy, for putting that sparkle back in my eye. Congratulations, Angela. And if there's anything that we can do to help support you on your journey, please let us know because we are family. We don't want anybody suffering in silence, right? Hey, Brenda. Brenda, are you on tonight? I really was excited, Brenda, when I saw your post today. And the reason why I was excited is because some people just think it's too late to go back and do the assignments. But the truth about it is it's never too late. Yay, Brenda. So I'm so excited for you. Going through every day and figuring out what you need to do to make your staff better and better every day. I was able to finish the first 6 months of 2022, the meetings and training schedule. Having that guide on what you need to do makes life so much easier. And guys, there are a lot of training resources out there. There are trainings you can buy. You can create trainings. There are online systems with trainings. But one of the things I'm really going to encourage you guys to do, we got to get our people not just trained, but we got to get our teachers CDA certified. So as we are moving towards creating a better staff, these are some things I want you to think about. And then therefore incorporating some of the interview tools. No more warm bodies. Thank you for he says, thank you for shattering my complacency. Now I'm telling myself, get up, girl. and be on your business. I love it. Christina says, day 4 is in the bag. I've set goals and now I'm spreading out in my living room floor to expand all the work we've done this far. Doesn't it feel good to make progress? Right? A lot of times we talk about it and we just don't do it. You know, ain't no stopping us now. I feel like we all should have that same sentiment. As we go through the week, we have to realize that in order to get the results that we want, we got to do something new. Because a lot of times we don't want to do anything new, and therefore we're going to get the same results. And so we want you to know that as you move forward and as you make progress and as you do new things, you should expect new results. Again, we invite you guys to come to Houston for our conference. We're going to be learning about how to get accredited. We're going to be learning about our financial pitfalls, how to increase enrollment, how to open multiple centers. We're going to talk about the legality of it all, but we're also going to talk about how to make our classrooms amazing, how to make our classrooms fresh, how to make sure that our students are successful, right? And we're going to be talking about how you as a leader, what torch are you going to carry into 2022? So in Houston, we're setting the stage for a new year, right? It's 2022. How many of you need 2022 to be different? I need it. I need it. In 2021, there were many blessings, right? But in 2021, my health was attacked. In 2021, my staff went through some major changes. And my kids are getting older and I'm reinventing myself. I'm not an empty nester yet, but I'll have another senior next year. And I'm beginning to really think about my new life plan, right? My new life plan. And I need 2022 to be different. I don't want to go into 2022 scrambling. I don't want to go into 2022 confused. And I definitely don't want to go into 2022 exhausted. Okay? Yes, tonight, water is my drink of choice. Y'all see me doing better every day. I only had Coke one night. I only had it one night, and I needed the energy. But I want you to declare right now, what is one thing you're leaving behind in 2021? For me, I'm definitely leaving behind exhaustion. I don't want that feeling that I'm exhausted. So come to the conference. We're going to be setting the stage for success. And I do want to see those things that you're going to leave behind in 2021. We're setting the stage for success for 2022. We have bonuses for you. We'll start releasing our speakers on next Monday, letting you know our phenomenal lineup. And I guarantee you, you don't want to miss out. You're going to feel sad if you miss it. So let's go ahead and I'm going to take this off the screen real quick so I can get down to where we need to be. So let me go ahead and give our first keyword for tonight as we get down to day 5. Our first keyword for tonight is renew. Our first keyword for tonight is renew. Because I really hope that over this last week, you've been able to renew yourself in your business, right? And we're leaving behind procrastination. We're leaving behind unknown expectations. And I will also say unrealistic expectations. We're leaving behind bad staff. We're leaving behind self-doubt. We're leaving behind stress, right? And the way that we leave these things and the way that we feel better about the decisions that we make is we literally trade in these things for strategy. You know, we talked day 1 about how we cannot be emotional leaders. I have on one of my shirts, my Childcare Champ shirt. And the idea about being a childcare champ stem from that we have something worth fighting for. And we have to make a decision if we're going to be a champ or if we're going to be a chump. We have to make a decision if we are going to let people run and rule our business, or are we going to lead our business in the right direction. And being a leader doesn't mean you have control over everything. Being a leader means you have the heart influence over the direction and the growth of your business. You know, some of you need to leave behind micromanaging. You need to train and trust. You need to train people, and then you need to trust them to do what you train them to do. But you gotta choose, like Tay said, you gotta choose between being a champ or a chump. You know, a chump, you're in a situation where you're constantly complaining. That's what a chump does. You're always coming up with another excuse. You're always looking at the positive and not the negative. The truth is, we all have problems in our business. That's the truth. That's the truth, right? We all have problems in our business. But the way we react to the problems is what makes some of us keep moving on and on. It's what allows some of us to have explosive growth and some of us to be totally paralyzed. And Lisa said, listen, I'd rather be a champ because my mama didn't raise no chump now. Hey, right? So one of the things that we have to do is we have to train and trust, and we have to let go of our bad habits. And one of our bad habits is we set all of these expectations with no accountability. So what if you did everything that we said we were going to do, right? You changed your thinking, you changed your role, you began to meet with your staff when it was important, but you began to train your staff, you start delegating more, you start hiring better, but you can miss one important thing, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. You can do all of those things and miss this one thing, and you're going to be in the same position in a few months. And ain't nobody got time for that. So what happened? I've already got to where I needed to be. Hold on. They're trying, I don't know what just happened, but we're going to get this straight. Okay, here we go. Start from current slide. And let's get this puppy back on there. So one of the things that you need to do as a childcare owner and as a supervisor is you need to have a system of evaluations, formal and informal. You need to make sure that your staff is working at optimal effectiveness for the roles that you put them in, no matter if they're a technician or manager or it's yourself. You need to even be self-evaluating how you are as a leader. It starts with you. So tonight you're going to be able to earn this badge, this day 5 badge, because we're going to talk about the life cycle of a staff member. So the first thing you do is you onboard that staff member, right? You get them, you decide that they're there, and then you train them, right? You train them to do what you want them to do. But most people go from train to promote or demote, which is fire. And we never do number 3, and that's really assess their effectiveness. I mean, really have a systematic way, a non-biased way, a calculated way to say if they're doing good or if they're doing bad, or to have those conversations. Now, this is a 4-step process. Tell me which part of this process you're really, really good at. Like, I know that I'm really good at this part. I'm going to wait a second. Some of us are really good at one part and we're kind of a little shaky or shabby at the other. But when you really learn how to do number 3, when you learn how to take correct assessment of your staff, you can be more prescriptive in their training. You can be more prescriptive in deciding what hero roles that you want to assign them, right? And so for me, I was always good at getting people in the door. And I was great at training them. But the way that I fell short, I would say my first 5 years in business is I did not have a great assessment of my staff. I did not have a tool, a platform, the experience, the know-how to really coach them into greatness, right? I really was not skilled at having crucial conversations with them. And it took a moment for me to get there. Okay? So, a part of your staff project management is you have to have a flow cycle, right? A lot of times we plan and then we do, but we never do that checking part. So we plan, we have new staff, we train them, and we never check, but then we always want to react to what they do wrong or what they do right. But we really have to have these checks and balances. So I'm going to preach to you tonight to 1, inspect what you expect. Keyword number 1. Did I give you keyword number 1? I remember saying it, but now I don't remember if I gave it. If I gave keyword number 1, put number 1 in the chat. I don't remember if I said it. But inspect, I did. Okay, good. Inspect what you expect is the idea of once you train someone to do something, then it's your job to have that inspection process. That's why the state comes to your center. They come to your center because they want to inspect the standards that they expect you to follow. It means that they had a real good conversation about this today. And our conversation was about building capacity and having a philosophy in your business to build capacity in people, but then having an avenue or a tool to do that. Because we can want to say we want our staff to be better, but if we're not ever talking to them about their deficits, we're not ever talking to them about their deficiency and coaching them to do better, then we really cannot expect for them to do a better job. So people will do what you inspect and not what you expect. How many of you have told people, label every cot, every toy, label everything, label everything, label everything, right? But you walk around, you go into the infant room, no bottles are labeled. Oh no, the label came off. You go into the nap room, no cots are labeled. Oh yeah, they blah, 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 blah. You go into the kitchen, the food in the refrigerator, the leftovers are not labeled. But I guarantee you, if you inspect it and you start calling people on it, they're going to do it. The reason why all of those little things fall by the wayside is because no one is going behind them and checking and holding them accountable. And then when we do go behind them, or we do check, or we are walking through, or we are doing a tour, or the state is there, you tell them and they know better, but they're not doing better. And the reason why you're blue in the face, the reason why you're saying, I'm tired of saying the same thing over and over, is because you're saying it, but you're not following up on it. You're not checking on it. If you feel like that's true and you need to do better, just put ouch in the chat. I didn't mean to step on your toes. But normally what separates the champs from the chumps, what separates the good leaders from the mediocre leaders, what separates a staff that knows and does from a staff that just knows is the inspection process and the accountability process. You cannot train me on 1,000 different standards, but never come in and inspect on a routine basis that one, I understood those standards, and two, that I am complying with those standards. So we get frustrated when we go in and we're like, why are they not doing what I told them to do? Because you haven't been inspecting that. So they didn't think it was important. They thought taking out the trash was important because that's the thing that you talk about. Take your trash out. So they thought that was important. They forgot about the lesson plan, right? You were focusing on one thing, right? And that one thing may not be the thing that will move the needle. So we have to have a procedure, a set time to go through and to actually do these inspections and do these evaluations. Hey, Nika, welcome, welcome, welcome. We have this shirt in black on our Shopify store. Our website is not totally complete, but we don't have them in gold. But we do have a website, childcaremillionaires.com, and you can order the black one, but this one was like a trial run. So I'll put it in the chat. So the first thing that you want to teach people is self-management. And this is why giving people checklists and giving your staff like a daily checklist is so important, because the best kind of management is self-management. The best kind of management is the management where we are teaching people how to be accountable for their own self. That's why daily checklists are important. That's why giving people procedures that they can refer back to is so important. And teaching them when they ask a question, what's the appropriate tool that I can go to make sure that I'm doing things correct. So one of the things that we do with our staff is we do a scorecard. And if you are in the membership, you've probably seen this scorecard before, because this scorecard is in my handbook. And this is really a guide for self-assessment. Even though our administrators keep up with the point system, for me, it's a way to let them know the weight of what I need them to do. So everything on the scorecard is worth either 1 or 10 points. And if you guys have the scorecard, just you want to get out this page, which is page 41. Those of you who don't have it, you may want to get the challenge pack, but it's right here for you to see. So our thing is, people are not going to be perfect, but they need to be able to monitor their perfection or imperfection. So what does it mean you're doing good? You're doing excellent, right? What does that mean? I'm proud of y'all. What? You tell yourself you're proud of them, and half of them was late every day this week? I'm proud of you, but nobody turned their lesson plans on time? You proud just because they showed up, but what if they didn't perform correctly? So what if you had a system of self-assessment? That's what the scorecard is all about. So, like, 1 point things are very low on the totem pole for me. Like, there are things that I want you to be monitoring, but the weight on those things are smaller. Leaving early, out of uniform, didn't complete chores, not knowing your count. They're all important things, but compared to other things, their weight is a little bit different. 2 points. Improper use of the cell phone. I think I need to change this to a 5-point infraction. I literally want to blow up cell phones. How many of you have to fight the cell phone battle? How many of you have to fight the cell phone battle? After we have so many warnings, we have a cell phone caddy that they have to put them in. It's like we trust you until we can't kind of situation. Yeah. Failure to comply minimum standards, personal talk. These are all 2 points. Ratios, unattended students. But some of my things that are like 5 points is disclosure of confidential information, creating an unprofessional work environment, having the meeting after the meeting, having a bad attitude, not wanting to participate, telling me those not my kids when I have to combine classes, or calling out without a 2-hour notice. That is a 5-point infraction. And then we have some 10-point infractions and some 15-point infractions. We use this every quarter for a self-assessment. So if someone comes in late, we give them a point. They're out of uniform, we give them a point. But once they get to 10 points, it's going to result in some kind of termination, some kind of probation, excuse me. That means over the course of time, you've had too many little things that we need to talk about your job performance. They have this sheet. We have this sheet. When we assign them points, they can initial it. So we have a point book, and everybody can self-assess this point book. The first 30 days that we use it, we did it on a trial run. And we asked people to just keep a track of their chart. The administrators, we didn't even put discipline to it for our first 30 days. We wanted them to be able to assess their performance so they wouldn't be saying stuff like, I wish they would pay me more. You got 29 points. You got 50 points. What are you talking about? This point system gets them into the routine of self-inspection. It also helps you document, and it helps you justify if someone is doing great and if someone is doing mediocre. Are y'all with me? Y'all are quiet tonight. Let me know if you're with me. Keyword number 2 is going to be self-assessment. Keyword number 2 is self-assessment. One more time. Keyword number 2 is self-assessment. Christine says, how do you keep up with them as admin when everything else is going on? Our admin has a set time to walk around and do points, and that's normally at our closeout. But if someone comes in late or calls in, we have a tracking sheet for every employee. It has their name at the top of it, and it has just some blanks, the date, right? What they did and how many points is it worth, and we keep a tally or a total. It's just a part of their job. Because everything else we have going on may not be the things that's going to keep our staff performing correctly. Right? If someone gets into a 10-point situation, they're probably going to go automatic probation. This also lets people know when you do these things, this is how you get on probation. I'm not picking on you. You know, people will really think we're picking on them. Have anybody ever told you that? She picking on me. Say what? You came in to late work. You didn't finish your chores the day before. You're out of uniform. You're eating on the clock, but I'm picking on you. So let's go to our self-assessment scorecard. And you can see that I'm not being biased. This is just something that's important. And then there are some things on here like failure to comply with minimum standards. That can be a lot of things. Also, missing a mandatory training or meeting. That can be a lot of, it has a big umbrella, right? Not having your lesson plan turned in. That can be, that's kind of exact. But there's some things on here that can fall. Insubordination, it means I've told you multiple times, not just one time. We've had this conversation multiple times. And this gives you the framework to have great, crucial conversations, right? This gives you the framework to have great, crucial conversations, to talk based on factual events. Not talk based on, you do good most of the time. That's elusive. That's not exact. That's arbitrary. It doesn't give me any prescription on what I need to work on. And so we cannot coach people to greatness if they don't have a prescribed plan to how to be great. In order for you to be great, these are some things that you need to work on. You got 7 points for being late in the last pay period. What's the problem? Let's talk about it. Now you're turning your lesson plans in on time. You're in uniform. So now you can talk about what they're doing great, but you can have a prescriptive way to get the behaviors you desire and a way for them to self-assess on their own. So you're not picking on them. And then I don't know why some of you won't release people to their destiny. Maybe it's because sometimes we're just understaffed. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of times we ignore these behaviors and we don't face them. So there's no need for change. So we start our point system over every quarter. You start with 0 points. Oh Lord. We start every quarter over. And in the beginning, you may want to do it monthly. But what we do is every quarter we start over. It helps us guide crucial conversations because we do meet with our staff quarterly. But when they're new and they're training, we can use this tool in the first 30 days, in the first 90 days to prove to them and to ourselves, because sometimes they know they should be fired and we trying to keep them. Have y'all ever counseled with someone and they like, Miss Woods, listen, I know you should have fired me already. I've had people tell me that. But the best management is self-management. It also helps you target a specific area of improvement before things get out of hand, before you get overly frustrated, right? But it must be managed. That should be must. It must be managed. I'm going to say to you, don't start a thing if you don't have any intention of finishing it. Now, you may start and you may, oh my God, I forgot to check today. All right, chalk it up. But what you don't want to do is you're unfair. And the one day that a person is not doing what they're supposed to do, you pulling out the log, and for everybody else, you have it. You have to have a set time to review these things. Listen, you know what, Tay? She said, how do you keep people from having to pay unemployment when you let them go? First of all, if you fire them for something that is justifiable, you need to show up to the unemployment hearing, right? But we don't pay unemployment. We pay an unemployment tax. Once I release you to your destiny, to be honest with you, if you're not doing anything grossly wrong, I'm not even thinking about you after that day. Now, that may sound very harsh. Now, I'm going to respond to my unemployment letters, but from that moment on, whatever your life becomes or does not become is no longer my business. Does that make sense? Like, I can't get caught up with, I'm going to keep you so you can't get unemployment, or I can't get so caught up, you trying to make me fire you. So, no, if you're not for the greater good of my company, and you're not helping us grow and get better, me keeping you is a detriment to the rest of my staff that I have to manage. Like most of the time, I fired people in my mind before I've ever fired them on paper. I'm already replacing you. I'm already interviewing for your position because there's something that I'm not going to do. I'm not going to put myself in a bad situation. So in my mind, you may have been fired 5 weeks ago until I trained someone, got a replacement. I'm not going to put myself in a bad position because of you. I know some people have termination Tuesday, but I literally terminate you on a Friday. Right? So if you call state or if you get mad, I don't have to worry about that till Monday. I'm just not trying to play those games with people. But most of the time, if I fire you, you already knew there was a problem. See, one of the ways that you guys have people pop up and be mad at you, and literally one of the ladies here in my city, I shared with you guys, had a disgruntled employee who set her daycare on fire. So people will get mad. But one of the reasons why people get mad is because you haven't even had any crucial conversations with them. You haven't put anything in writing. Or when you talk to them, you defer to this, well, I just got to tell you something. No, you have to speak with authority. You do not have to be rude. But you do have to speak with authority. And it's not fair for people not to know that you're assessing them. That's why having things like a scorecard that's informal, because this is still informal. This is to help them self-regulate. This is so you don't have to tell them over and over, right? When they know what you're looking for and you have to have a crucial conversation, they feel totally different than if you pop up with a brand new system. If you're popping up with a brand new system and you are not doing what you need to do and you're not being fair, then you have people that are very disgruntled. Some of you use correction as punishment. Wrong. Crucial conversations and correction, your ideal, your motive behind it has to be to get the best employee, right? I'm coaching you to better. I'm not trying to embarrass you. That's why we train openly, but we coach privately. But when you're not willing to have crucial conversations with people, when they don't know their specific target areas of growth, then you cannot expect for them to improve. Improvement must be managed. Remember how we talked the first day that a law of science, the law of nature, things do not tend to order. They always tend to chaos. So if you're not telling me how to bring myself in order, if you're not coaching me to greatness, you're actually coaching me to the opposite of that, right? You're coaching me to be lackadaisical. You're coaching me to be complacent. You're coaching me to be a rule breaker. Because things do not tend to order. They always tend to chaos unless they're managed. How many of us can admit we got to become better managers of behavior? If so, give me a yes in the chat. You have to inspect what you expect. Because when your expectations are clearly communicated, it allows a manager to objectively measure employee success, right? So if I'm just making stuff up or I'm doing things on the fly, that's when people get disgruntled. But when I have a system of management and I can be fair and I'm having crucial conversations with you and I'm not letting you slide, and I'm giving you a way to self-assess, I don't have to feel bad about coaching you. I don't have to feel bad about giving you a raise if you deserve it. I can justify it. I feel great when I promote you, when you're doing the right thing. But I feel equally great when I release you to your destiny if you're not for the greater good of my company. Managing the expectations of your staff performance is the health of your business. Because you can do everything else right and allow people to perform the way they want to perform. And I guarantee you, you're not going to get the result that you desire. Performance has to be managed consistently. So the scorecard is our informal management, but we do have to have formal management, right? And if you bought the challenge pack, I actually give you a tool for your formal management. In this tool, you and your staff are able to go through a process of one, they do the form before you so they can do a self-assessment. So when you click on the link inside of your challenge pack, it's going to take you to a document. And one of the things that the document explains is why we're doing this performance. A lot of us want to tell people how they're doing, but we don't let them give input. If you've ever worked a corporate job, who's ever worked for a corporation? Or you've been a teacher? Or you've been in a place where they do formal reviews? One of the things that they're going to do is they're going to give you that assessment tool for you to literally rate yourself. And they're going to ask you for that rating. They're going to ask you for that tool before they sit down and talk to you. One of the reasons why they're going to do this is they want to compare your assessment of yourself to see if you're delusional. How many of y'all have some delusional people? Like Leslie says, you've been late 72 times, but you want to raise. What the? That's that BS we're talking about. Not better staff either. But you want people to self-assess themselves first so you can do a formal assessment. So this is the tool that I gave you guys inside of the kit. So you can go through this tool. You can read this tool. It's a very lengthy tool, but it tells you about salaries. We also do this same assessment tool when we want to promote someone, right? We do this tool before we even think about talking to them about a promotion. Because there are some things that we want to track, and they're called performance indicators. Performance indicators, right? These performance indicators are things like, how do you work with your coworkers and teamwork? You can be great by yourself, but you can be a horrible team player. How do horrible team players act in childcare? I don't want her kids. Those are not my kids. Or they hear a classroom crying, they don't offer help. They hear the door, but they walk right past it, right? They're only focused about them in their bubble. Another performance indicator is the quality of work. Are you doing your lesson plans? Are you doing your student portfolios? How is your room set up? Are you using my staff management system? These are the things that's going to let me know, right, how to rank you. And we have a 5 ranking system. And if someone is willing to type it, you can type it in the chat. One of our first ratings is 1, unacceptable, right? Is your teamwork unacceptable? Is your quality of work unacceptable? Is your reliability, your attendance, how you follow policies and procedures, your job knowledge? Number 2 is, are you proficient? Are you developing? A lot of times when a staff member is new, guys, and this is in your challenge pack, they will have skills that are developing, and that's okay. But once you get over that 90-day, we shouldn't have developing. Number 3, the baseline is you should be proficient. That's the bare minimum, is that you should be proficient. You should be competent, right? And then at the competent, you should be proficient. At the proficient, you're going for outstanding. And Leslie, this is our delusional staff, right? The same girl that was late gave herself a 4 out of 5 for being on time for work. And that's when you have to give your documentation. You know, we actually pull your attendance log over the last month. You don't even have to go very far for people like Sheila's. And out of 21 work days, you were late 10 times. You called in 2 times. And sometimes you got to go even further back because they'll say something like, well, you know, I was having a hard time, right? And that's why that assessment tool lets people know, hey, no, I'm watching. But in your handbook, you have to give people a guideline. For me, my guideline is a 90% attendance policy. That means 90% of the time I need you to be on time in your room at all times. That means no more than 2 days a month should you even be more than 5 minutes late or call in. So that's the expectation. So that's proficient, right? That's just a 3. You're competent. 95%, I would give you a 4. That means no more than 1 day a month you have an attendance issue. Outstanding, right? 100%. Or over time, more than that. Tiffany said 73. But the question is, are you going to give her the 74th chance? And that's where it gets tight. That's where us always hiring becomes important. Because if someone has interrupted your business 73 times and you're still keeping them, it's either because you feel your back is against the wall, right? Or you don't feel empowered enough to let them go. Because 73 times she's let you go. Oh, Lord, this is when y'all start not liking me. But it's true, y'all. You have to set boundaries and really teach people how to treat you. And then once they do this, I mean, we make a recommendation whether or not we want to keep them or if they require coaching. So let's just say I was in Leslie's situation, right? And I did this. Then I would still have to set some boundaries. But at some point, if this person did not comply, I have to realize that I'm sending the message to every single person on my staff that this is okay. The second thing is that person will end up quitting without any notice. I've seen it happen before. We tried to keep them, hold them, love them, rock them, feed them, all of that. And the very person we were lenient with is the very person that will tell us on Friday, I'm not going to be back Monday. They terminate us when we were not willing to terminate them. Has anybody ever had that happen to them? That's when you pissed with a capital P. I hope Facebook let me say that word. But that's when you are totally pissed with a capital P. One of the things that we have to realize in setting our standards, there's only so much leniency we can give before we are responsible for the condition of our staff, right? So one of the things that you want to do if you are in a place like that, you want to go ahead, if you're going to give this person a chance, if you're going to try to coach them into a greater position, you need to go ahead and set up some kind of development plan or corrective action plan. Pissed with the T, exactly. You have to set up some kind of guidelines even for yourself. And sometimes you have to release the responsibility if you're just too soft-hearted, and you got to get somebody in there to help you with HR and compliance, right? One of the things that we also do is we want the employees' comments, right? And we want to be able to file these things. And sometimes this page right here actually gives you, like, if they request any coaching, like if they feel like they're inadequate, one of the things you can do is assign them online training. So someone was asking about unemployment. Give them a corrective action plan and let them hang themselves so you can have documentation. Our problem is with letting people go is we know we haven't inspected what we inspect. We know we don't have the proper documentation. We know we haven't had the correct crucial conversations. We haven't spent time in coaching. So we feel guilty when we have to make a decision, right? But the bottom line is when you go back to that staffing cycle, right? This number 3 piece, this assessment piece, is where most of us are hanging ourselves when it comes to our staff. And we can make a change, right? We can make a change. And some of these people, we should have been promoted, right? Some of these people, we should have been promoted. So how do you, Tiffany says, listen, I want to implement this right away. How do you implement this? We are going to be talking about the implementation of this in our membership next month, about our training, and we're going from beginning to end, we're going to talk more in depth about our life cycle. But one of the things you cannot do is just spring this on them. One of the things you have to do is train them on your new assessment protocol. Now, I caution you, before you use my assessment tool, is that you go through it and make sure it fits your school, right? But one of the first things I would do is, if you really like the scorecard, I would give it a 30-day trial. I would say, listen, in October, we're going to do something new, and we are going to make this like a challenge. Everybody is going to get a little chart, and you're going to get the scorecard. And I want you to self-assess yourself for your behaviors. And so we're going to also assess you as well. But our goal is to make sure we're running a better company, that we're running a better company. And so you're using the tool to help them self-assess. So if they come in late, your conversation also in talking to them about why they're late may be something like, okay, well, let's put this on our self-assessment tool because we're really trying to make sure that we monitor our progress. They don't turn in their lesson plan. Instead of just asking for the lesson plan, you say, hey, now on my self-assessment tool, I have you with no lesson plan. Do you have that? Because what we're trying to get them to do is to be conscious of their behaviors. So since we're not always communicating that, right, we can let the tool communicate with them. Some people are like, Brandy, the scorecard is a good idea, but I don't see ourselves keeping up with that. Well, you can start with just a more formal assessment tool where they assess themselves first and you guys talk about it. And this is like a starting point for you to start coaching them to greatness. Okay, here are the areas that we both agree that we need work on. Here are the areas that you're doing great on. As a matter of fact, I would love for you to take on this responsibility. This is a great, wonderful way for you to create heroes and to, like, going into the last quarter of the year, to get everybody on a playing field, to say, hey, these are the 7 things that we assess. And those 7 things is how we work as a team, our quality of work, how dependable and reliable we are, our communication, our attendance, our policies, our job knowledge. If someone is great at one of those things, then you know that you can maybe assign some other tasks to them in that area. But you can also use this information to give them some correction. It could be promotion or correction. You may do these self-assessments where they do their assessment and then you guys talk about it, and you may find areas of growth, but you may find areas that they're rocking it out. So don't be afraid of this assessment piece, because this assessment piece, it moves you to either promote or demote, right? And then thinking about this, I'm sure you're thinking about also some people you can promote. A lot of times we focus more on the negative, and we think about people who are not doing what they're supposed to do. But there are people who are doing exactly what we asked them to do, right? So the way that you earn your badge tonight is you go to page 27. You make sure you do this. You share the CAPE badge from the aspect of assessing the things that they do and they do well. And I also want you to review the evaluation tools so you can talk about the life cycle. It's right here, guys. You can talk about the life cycle of your people. But going into this last quarter, I think it's very important that we take time and we go through with our staff and we set some goals for their performance. That assessment piece is the piece that many of us are missing. Our third key word for tonight is promotion. Our third key word for tonight is promotion. So you know what to do with your keywords. Drop them in your text, and we will be giving out our 2 winners momentarily. So guys, I just want to remind you about a few things and invite you to a special Q&A on Sunday. Our tickets for the Childcare Millionaires Conference is buy one, get one free. We released some of the topics today. We all know that free pre-K3 is on the loom. And I want us to be prepared for that. Pre-K3 will be fulfilled in many childcare centers, but those centers that have quality ratings, those centers that have accreditation, yes, the last word is promotion. I think I only said it twice. The last key word is promotion. So we want you to make sure that you guys are signed up for the conference. It's buy one, get one free right now, but I also sent an email of another option that's only available through Monday, and at the Monday it ends. So if you don't have a person, we send out another option, but we really know that 2 is better than 1. So make sure you go and you check your emails. I definitely want to say that I am proud of you. I am super proud that you stuck it out. You stayed from the very beginning. You're spending your Friday night with us, and you're doing the work that you need to do. So I want to ask you, did we accomplish our goals? Number 1, did we support you in creating a super staff? And if you think we did, put a number 1 in the chat. We want to support you in creating your super staff, all the way from establishing your roles to meeting and training, to delegation, to finding new talent, and then to assessing. Number 2, hopefully we helped you figure out some strategies to reclaim your time and to work on your business and not in your business. If you think we did number 2, give us a number 2 in the chat. I love it. I'm motivated to do more. How many of you are thinking of ways to reallocate and reclaim your time? If you think that we've done that, put a number 2 in the chat. Now you're evaluating the effectiveness of the challenge. And number 3, increase the effectiveness and the efficiency of your center. If you think we did number 3, I want you to put a number 3 in the chat. The tragedy of this week is if you would have spent 10 hours, 2 hours a night working through this challenge, but you don't do anything with the information. That's why I want to invite you guys on Sunday. We're going to have a SuperStaff wrap-up. It's going to be on Zoom so you can ask me questions, right? But the space is limited to a certain amount of people. So you need to make sure that you register. When you register, it will give you the link. And we will also do a Q&A We will answer questions. You will get to meet some of our members that have implemented some of these strategies in their business. I had such a good time talking to some of our members of our Elevation Mastermind today. And just hearing how they were just saying, well, staff is not my big issue anymore. Or, I finally, got this figured out. It was such a joy. How many of you, it's not allowing me to type the bit.lys inside of Facebook. They have a new regulation about short links. So I may have to find the link in just a second for Zoom. I can post it in the group. But I want you to make sure that you are using everything that we are creating for you correctly. Because as you use these things correctly, you're going to see the effectiveness and the efficiency of your center. It is going to just explode. And so I want to copy this, and I'm going to drop it in the chat so you can sign up. And I will also put it in the group. So we want you to come for our live Q&A, and that's where we're going to be giving our grand prizes. So if you know you've been here every night, you do not want to miss the grand prize giveaways. You do not want to miss the grand prize giveaways on Sunday. So we really invite you guys to come out as we wrap up. So we will be giving away a laptop. We'll be giving away the Southwest gift card, and we'll also be giving away the walkie-talkie set to 3 winners. So make sure that you are there. Make sure that you're there and to get your questions answered, to talk through anything that you learned through the challenge. We definitely want to make sure that you get there. But please, guys, take time. Go register for the conference. We want to make sure that you get all the information that you need, from the pitfalls of finances, how to market, how to plan for 2022. There's some things that I'm guaranteeing myself that I'm not taking into 2022. There may even be some people, not just things. Oh God. There may be some people that I'm not taking into 2022. But there are definitely some habits that I need to form to make myself better. There are some habits that I need to leave behind. And so as we prepare for 2022, setting the stage for success, bringing your business into the most positive light, giving you the tools to grow. Guys, this is the time that you need to invest in yourself. I sent out an email today, and one of the things that I said in the email, and I believe this with my entire full heart, I believe that some of us are not winning is because we are forgetting that the main person we need to invest in is ourselves. And so what happens is, yay, I'm getting all of the text. Thank you. What happens is we are running our business from a very empty cup. And we're running our business out of a place of frustration and desperation. So I say to you, if you can't even invest literally a few $100s in yourself, you got to go back and self-assess your mindset about where you really want to go. Because if you really, really, really want to move and you really, really want to go, there has to be some point where you say, you know what? I got to put myself first, right? And you have to say, I am the best investment in my business. If it's not for me doing what I need to do, this business is not going to grow. So I invite you guys, literally, I invite you guys to make sure that you give yourself a chance to win in 2022. You give yourself the tools to win. We're going to be having someone come and talk to us about the new bill that Biden is proposing and how that's going to affect our industry. We have to take pride back into our profession. Sometimes we just sit by and we let the state make decisions for us when we maybe need to be writing letters. We may need to be lobbying. We may need to be already forming partnerships with our school district, with our quality rating system. We need to know what's coming down the pipeline. One of the other things that I committed to, even with the conference, is making 100% sure that we got some financial assistance, because many of us have gotten more money, like from the SBA, from the state, in grants than we've ever gotten before. But a lot of us are really shaky with our paperwork and shaky with our accounting. So I really want us to talk about some of the pitfalls in our finances before the end of the year. Because if you don't have a tax strategy and you got a windfall of money, or you don't have a tax strategy and you're just opening, you won't even know what to defer, what to depreciate, what tax credits are out there for you. That's why I wanted to share with you guys, that there is a $33,000 per employee tax credit in 2021. But if you don't pursue it, you won't get it. Nobody's going to knock on your door and say, hey, I got a few $100,000 for you. That's not going to happen. So you have to really invest in your time. I really want to talk about COVID right here. Thank you guys that are registered. You are definitely going to show up in your business a different way when you get what you need. I want to talk to you real quickly about the bonuses we've talked about. We've talked about some of the topics we'll be talking about, but I want to talk to you really quickly about COVID. So I want to be transparent with you guys tonight. And I'm about to announce our winners. Hopefully our two winners are on. I don't have the last name of one of the winners because only your first name is in there. So if this is you, you're going to have to give me the last 4 digits of your phone number so I can confirm. But our first winner is Brenda, but I don't know your last name. Brenda, maybe it's Brenda Wright. Brenda, what is the last 4 digits of your number? What is the last 4 digits of your number so we can make sure we get this to the right person? And yay! I hope it is you, because Brenda, you have been showing up. Yay, that's you. Okay, so Brenda, you won a free pre-K toolkit. Congratulations. And our other winner is Samika Anderson. Samika Anderson. If you're on, Samika, let us know. I really want to talk about COVID just for a second. So we do know that COVID is real. I myself had COVID. I believe that people should get vaccinated according to their decision, right? So I am not going to pressure anyone one way or the other. However, I am going to tell you, at the Childcare Millionaires Conference, we will be taking safety precautions. We do encourage vaccinations if you believe in it, but we do encourage that you mask up, you sanitize up, right? That you can use social distance, that you get tested before you come. We want us to do the right things, and we will definitely. Oh, okay. We will definitely make sure that we have sanitizers, we have masks. Our seats will be social distance. Last time we set people 6 feet apart at 2 ends of a 6-foot table. The banquet room that we'll be in, is that you, Denise? Okay, so I don't know what name it is. So Denise, which is Samika, and Brenda, make sure you respond with your email address and your physical address. Your product is actually a digital product, but sometimes my assistant will send out, some other goodies. All right. So one of the things that I decided when COVID first hit, like that I would be precautious, but I would not let it control my life. And I do believe in human interaction. And I do believe that we're all in our centers and we all have some form of human interaction now. I want to put on the best, safest conference possible. So that's why we're going to make sure we have those protocols. But I also want to live my life. I want to make sure that I'm putting positivity out in the world and that you are too, right? That you're showing up for yourself as it matters. So yes, please take your safety precautions, but please come to Houston, right? Sanitize up. If you want to get the vaccine, go ahead and get your vaccine. If you want to get tested before you come, we encourage it. Have your mask, social distance, do all of those practices that's going to make you get there comfortably. But there's a song that says, I don't care how you get there, but get there if you can. There are hills and mountains between us, right? There's going to always be obstacles. There's going to always be something for you to get over. It may not even be the best time in your mind. Oh my God, I'm leaving my center. I'm going to be gone. We start Friday at 11. So if you have to fly in Friday morning, you can wait till Friday morning to fly in. But if you cannot get out of your center for one day, that's a problem. You have literally 6 weeks to prepare to be out of your center one day so you can prepare for a year of prosperity, a year of good communication, a year of collaboration. Please don't let you being out of your center one Friday stop you from coming. You owe it to yourself. I don't care if you got to make it a professional development day for everybody else. You owe it to yourself to get to Houston. You owe it to yourself to make the changes. I'm almost through, honey. I'm going to come in your room and eat with you. Thank you. Honey got food, y'all. Honey got food. Everybody say hello to Honey. Y'all, Honey be taking care of me. Y'all don't understand. I just don't want you guys to be out there and you want to come and you waste a lot of precious time. Tickets to Houston are very cheap right now. I just got a round trip ticket to Atlanta for $49 each way. Don't complicate it. Get here. Make it a commitment to yourself to get here. Someone texted me and let me see. I'm going to respond. Okay, so if you want to pay with your credit card, I'm going to have to, you can actually pay with your credit card through PayPal, or I'll have to send you a different link, and then I may have to register you myself. But in PayPal, you can pay with a credit card. So let me know if you have a PayPal account, or we can help you walk through it. Yes, we don't want you to have any obstacles in coming. Right now, we have a little less than 20 seats. We plan to sell out. We will sell out. Let me rephrase that. We will sell out. The question is, are you going to be in the room to change your direction for your center for 2022? Are you going to make the time investment? Because that's the biggest investment, the time investment. You as childcare owners, you have enough money to come to this conference. You're not going to feed me that lie. I know that. It's if you're going to make the time investment. One of the reasons why we did the buy one, get one free is because a lot of times you'll go and you'll get advice, but you really needed someone else with you. You really needed someone else to walk the walk with you. And I encourage for your spouse to come. My spouse will be there. Mr. Howell will be there. Stacy's husband will be there. We have about 12 men in childcare. We roll deep. We have created an environment that if you are in business with your spouse or your significant other, that they will still find value in the conference. One of the other things we wanted you to know about the conference is it includes your lunches. So it includes your lunch on Saturday, Friday. It includes your lunch on Saturday. It includes your breakfast to the gospel breakfast. And it also includes all of the hors d'oeuvres at the Millionaires Ball. Everything is included. Everything is included. So once you get your ticket, there are two ways to purchase the ticket when you go to the link Childcare Events. You can decide what way is best for you to come, but we just want you to get there. If you have any problems, we want you to talk to us. You know, we have gifted a ticket to Sheena Carter for her benevolence to the group, but we want everybody to show up so you can put yourself in a position to win. We've shared testimonials. You guys have been at the summit with us last month. You've been here with us at the 5-day challenge this month. You know, if the free content is great, you can just imagine what the content will be like at the conference. So I'm going to be there. Look, my directors are going to be there. We're going to be getting ready for 2022. We're going to be ready to fight against this free 3-year-old pre-K. We're going to be ready to partner with the state. We're going to talk about what do we do with all of this money that's available in childcare right now. We are going to talk about the pitfalls that you want to avoid. We're going to talk about how to level up on your marketing. We're going to talk about your leadership skills, all of those great things, so you can set the stage for success in 2022. The hotel link will be available, they told me, on next Thursday, and then you will be able to reserve your hotel rooms. So we will have a room block for you to be able to get discounts on your room. So you registering also lets us know how many rooms to block off for our group. All right. So I'm so excited that you've been here with us tonight. I'm excited for the growth in your business. I know that your business is about to grow. I see you growing right now. Your mindset has changed. You came in this conference one way and you're leaving another way. So let's do me a favor. I'm going to play a quick video, but while we're doing that, I want you to drop, how has your mindset changed this week? I want you to drop and tell me, how has your mindset changed? Terry, I feel like you can find you. I just feel like as you are waiting to open your center and this is just like one of those starting calls. Come and let us help you do it right. You know, so if there's any way that you can reach out to us, let us know. If we have any sponsors that are giving tickets, I'll let you know. But as of right now, I don't want you to knock yourself out because you have 6 weeks. You have 6 weeks to get it done. Yes, you have 6 weeks to get it done. So in the chat, tell me one way your mindset has changed over the last week. I know you guys are going to take action. The worst thing that can happen is that you showed up and then you don't take action. I know that you're going to take action. I know that you're going to show up in an unbelievable way for you and your staff. But we want you to be there. And we definitely want you to have a sense of belonging to a community. My mindset has been accelerated. Lisa says, I'm focused. I'm focused. Right? How to use assessments as a tool with my staff. Right? Everything that we did this week, and if you missed the day, you can catch up all the way through Sunday. You can join us for the Q&A. We will be live for the Q&A, helping you work through any questions you may have, particular questions about how to implement something in your center, and we're not able to ask it online. Any question that you had about the staff, the SuperStaff challenge, we'll be there to ask. So make sure that you sign up and you attend. I will also drop it in the group so you can attend the Q&A session on Sunday. It is on Zoom. It is not on Facebook because we want you to be able to ask private questions. So here's the link. For some reason, Facebook won't let me put a bit.ly in the chat, but I will put it in there. It's bit.ly SuperStaff. And then I also put it in the chat, the long link for Zoom. You can go ahead and make sure that you're registered so we can do our challenge wrap up and give away all of our gifts. All right, guys, that concludes our 5-day Creating Your SuperStaff Challenge. We thank you for being with us, and we cannot wait to see you in Houston. Hey, everyone. We're stepping into greatness at the Childcare Millionaires Retreat. I'm so excited just to meet and connect with everyone. I can't wait until day 2. Today we learned how to rest, how to rejuvenate, how to build relationships, and how to have a Candyland experience in our childcare centers. I'm so excited to be here with you. It's your coach, B. Woods, the Millionaire Midwife, signing off. See you guys tomorrow. That's what I learned today. Thank you all for coming. Thank our speakers and thank our guests. We love you. See you soon.